Hi there everybody. Let's look at determining the equation of a straight line graph. So in the previous exercise we learned that y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the gradient. Now how do we determine m? M can be determined by the change in y over the change in x, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what does that mean? Let me explain to you. So given a graph where we've got the y-intercept of 2 and the x-intercept of -1, if you look at your pair of coordinates, it is 0 and 2 for the y-intercept, and for the x-intercept your coordinate pair is -1 and 0. So as I said to you earlier, that it's the change in y over the change in x. Simply put, I have to say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we've looked at those pairs over there and we've said that that is x2 and y2, and that pair on top will be x1 and y1. So we'll say 0 minus 2 and then -1 minus 0. 0 minus 2 is -2, divided by -1 is +2, and that will give us our gradient. So we know that the equation of a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c. What do we do with that m value that we just found now of 2? We substitute that 2 into the equation, so y will be equal to 2x plus c. But what have you learnt about the c value? The c value will be the same as the y-intercept. So the equation of this graph is y is equal to 2x plus 2. So what happens if they don't give us the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts, but they still want us to determine the equation? What we are going to have to do is first determine the gradient. So the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what we do is we subtract -4 minus 2 over 2 minus -4. I want you to have a look at this. This two negatives, so it's minus minus. Those two negatives will multiply out and become a positive. So it will become 2 plus 4, which is 6. So it's -6 divided by 6. And we'll find that our gradient for this straight line is -1. However, we aren't done. This only gives us the gradient. We still need to determine the equation. So now that we've got our gradient equal to -1, the equation becomes y is equal to -1x plus c. But please don't forget that we don't write the 1. It's an invisible one. So it will be -x plus c. What do we do then? We substitute one of the 2 points that we are given. So we have two options. We've got -4 and 2, or we've got 2 and -4 to substitute. I've chosen -4 and 2. What do we do with those points? What we are going to do is substitute them into our equation. So let's have a look at how that happens. So we are substituting -4 and 2. So where you see y, you put -2, and you put 2, and where you see x, you substitute -4. What are we solving for? We're solving for c. That's the one that we are looking for. And so we have 2 is equal to 6. Transpose the 6 changes sign. 2 minus 6 is equal to -4. Once we find our c value, we then substitute it into our original equation, giving us y is equal to -x minus 4. And that's how we find the equation of a straight line graph. I hope you found that very easy to understand. We will work on this in more detail as we work through exam papers. If there's anything you don't understand or anything that you'd like some extra practice on, please won't you let me know. Have a good day.